Good morning and welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Director of Social Media for HAR, and I am joined by Michelle Posey this morning. She is on our Board of Directors representing largest firms. Welcome to the program, Michelle.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited that you could take some time to join us this morning. You, as we will hear in a moment, are a very active volunteer with HAR. You've served in many roles locally and statewide, and we're going to hear about that today. But first, before we get into the different things that you've done and the different advisory groups that people can get involved in, let's hear a little bit about you, who you are, and what you do.
Sure. So I've been an active member of the real estate community since 2004. I practiced real estate for 17 years and then veered off and became a branch manager for a local branch in the Sugar Land area. Now running a office with 85 agents and have started. I started in the real estate industry about 2 years into it is where I really started getting involved with HAR and the various boards.
Wonderful. And since then, what different roles have you held?
Yeah. So my first position, the first thing I really got involved with was YPN. At the time, it was called NRG. And we always joke around. We said we're the OG YPNers because we got involved so long ago. But getting involved, they did a lot of charity work. Rebuild Houston. We helped out at Hartsfield Elementary during Christmas time for the underprivileged children. And I just have always loved giving back and helping the community. And so I got involved when they needed help. Really didn't have any ulterior motives as far as joining any boards or anything like that, but I just really wanted to help. And along the way, I just met some really incredible people, and they just kind of we've held great relationships, and that's how I just started getting involved with the various boards. And from there, I just kind of moved up and just started participating in different activities and community networks.
Wonderful. And as I mentioned earlier, you are on our board right now. Tell us a little bit about that, about what does the board do and just the process of running for the board.
Sure, sure. So my first year running for the board was back in 20, actually put in an application 2018 to run for 2019 and was elected, thankfully, did a heavy campaign and was elected to run for the largest firm and did a 2-year term, and it was incredible. Again, I found that the same people that have stepped up to volunteer and get involved in the business, we all come for full circle. We always run into each other at some point. And, and then I've run again recently, also for the largest board. And, I enjoy doing it. I love giving back, love helping people and listening, being that liaison between the members, the HAR members and the board, and taking back what really matters to them and the change that they want to see.
Excellent. So let's talk a little bit about what roles you currently serve in. So I know you serve on you're also on the board, but what advisory groups are you currently a part of, and what do those advisory groups do?
Sure. Yeah, so I'm on the MLS advisory group and been a part of that, for I want to say about 7 years. In MLS advisory group, it is an exclusive group of active members, active realtors, people that know what's going on in the industry, people that stay involved in what's happening in contracts and MLS in general. So they basically help implement and take any changes that the realtors want to see and take it to the board. We pass a vote and see if it works for the whole community or for the whole realtor community. So It's a big board. It's great people that serve on it. I've
Mhm.
enjoyed doing it, and it does make a difference in anyone and for the consumer too, because we try to make it important for what the consumer wants, right?
Mhm.
So what are we doing that the consumer is going to want, and that's the key thing.
That makes
Um,
sense. Not just what's going to make every realtor's life easier, but what consumers want to see as well. And I think that advisory group probably impacts our members more than every other one, just on a day-to-day basis, because everything that you see when you log into the MLS, the fields that are input, all of that is really, it's looked at by that advisory group.
right, right, absolutely. Then there's the technology advisory group, which is also a very big key, a big role and part of everything that we do as realtors,
Hmm.
and for the consumer. So we implement, Taki has been really fantastic at spearheading the technology group and revising and keeping us up to date and a step ahead of any other MLS throughout the U.S. And so, just implementing things to help keep us, in the game and keep our business afloat.
Excellent. So you alluded to this a little bit already, but how has getting involved with HAR, I mean, you said that you're managing 85 agents, but you're also so involved as a volunteer. How has it impacted your business? Because I would imagine you wouldn't do it if there wasn't something you're getting out of it, right?
Right. I mean, ultimately, getting involved and helping someone and seeing the results of that is my ultimate reward at the end of the day. But
Mm-hmm.
along with that comes the network. And, when I first got in the business and started networking and doing community events and getting involved um, all across Houston, you meet other realtors that are in different parts of town. And so I would start getting referral business in the Fort Bend area, which is where I live, and we would just, they'd call, we would bounce ideas off of each other. And so yeah, I did get some business from other realtors in various parts of town. And so they would call me and say, hey, we've got an event coming up, do you want to sponsor, do you want to be the premier sponsor
Mm-hmm.
for, we don't have a real estate sponsor, do you want to do that? And so I was able to grow my business as a realtor by becoming a premier sponsor for certain events because they knew I was involved in a lot of charity work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Wonderful.
making a relationship, cross networking across town, even across the U.S. Going to
Mm-hmm.
conventions and things like that. I've met a lot of people in other states where I would get referrals from people that want to come in and go out of state.
Excellent. I would imagine also just being in the room with all those other brilliant minds, people that are seeing things all around, the Houston and surrounding areas when you're in those advisory group meetings, that's probably pretty beneficial too.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's meeting of the minds, I mean, it takes it, you learn so much from meeting with so many. We have such a great group of realtors, and especially the ones that are involved and active in the community. They've been around and have seen everything, and so
Mm-hmm.
taking bits and pieces and implementing it into your business to help you grow is key. The other advisory board that I serve on is the management group, Management Central, and
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the biggest things is taking managers and brokers from different companies and taking those bits and pieces of information and implementing it and for your team to help grow and then sharing it as a whole so we all become better and we can all serve our community and serve the consumers better and have more of an educated realtor,
Mm-hmm.
and that way the consumer is getting the best experience possible.
Wonderful. I have more questions for Michelle, but if you are tuned in and have a question for her that you'd like answered about getting involved with HAR or any of the advisory groups or different volunteer opportunities, please type those in. I'd like to go through, and I know there's a lot of them, Michelle, so, but I'd like to go through just some of the advisory groups and different volunteer opportunities that are available, because we haven't mentioned it yet, but now is the time. As of October 1st, people can start signing up for some of these groups. So if you would, Michelle, tell us a little bit about the different opportunities available.
Yep. So I believe we're taking applications now. The deadline is December 2nd, and you're able to sign up for 3 groups. There's lots of different options and categories you can sign up for. So there's there's PALS, which is different. They're in different areas. So we've got Bay Area, we've got Fort Bend, we've got, where else? So we've got Montgomery County. There are several different PAL groups that you can get involved with, but that's basically developing and conducting. You actually, it's a lot of it is tree pack contributions, recommendations to the board of directors, and Sugarland City councils for like Fort Bend. You participate in political affairs. You get out there, you get the realtor to vote on the candidates within that certain community. And then you just want to help raise tree pack funds for that particular area. There's a communications advisory group, and that helps enhance the efforts for HAR communications department by making sure the HAR communications products and programs are beneficial and responsive to members' needs. You help promote and support the value of what HAR is offering. One of the most I would say prestigious groups is the Global Advisory Group. So the Global Advisory Group, they develop educational programs and networking events, opportunities for international real estate professionals. So they have different classes. They prefer, I think you have your CIPS, the Certified International Property Specialist designation for the Institute, that's offered every year by HAR, by the way. And you actually cross network with other people in that group. So if you're doing international business and you want to do business with somebody else overseas, you just look through that network of people that have that designation, and it's great for cross networking. But this group meets up to 6 times a year, and there's other classes to help you enhance that. Then there is the Governmental Affairs Advisory Group that is headed by Billy Baldwin and Shad Fogney. And that is, they're basically the liaison between HAR, board of directors, and the members at a local, state, and federal level. So they work closely with the elected officials, the governmental agencies to help promote HAR interests. They maintain awareness on all the matters that is in the real estate industry or have an impact on home ownership and private property rights. We have HAR Engage, which is coming up this week. I hope everyone's going to that. It's going to be probably sold out if it's not already. I know there's only just a few tickets left, but several of us are going, and it should be fantastic. HAR is one of the largest annual member conference that includes educational presentations, there's breakout sessions, there's great leaders and talkers about relevant topics for your business. And yeah, that's actually on Thursday, I believe.
It's Friday, this Friday. Yes,
Friday. So there's 3 planning meetings when you are part of HAR Engage, and you just basically are promoting this event on social media, doing networking events, and just kind of want to get that out there. There's Information Advisory Group. That group reviews applications for the HRIS MLS data. and makes recommendations to the board. Management Central Advisory Group, I'm actually chairing that this upcoming year, and that is geared towards the real estate manager and broker owner. And then offers 2 educational events a year, provides online newsletters, and the goal is for Management Central to provide managers and brokers with the latest tools to help further their business through education and networking opportunities, and also to help enhance and educate your agents and staff. MLS Advisory Group, we've already just discussed that earlier. Political Affairs Advisory Group. Basically, that is HAR Board of Directors endorse, and we collaborate and have certain endorsements and TREPAC contributions, and there's candidates and campaigns. The advisory group mobilize members by promoting voter registrations and engaging and encouraging HAR members to vote during those elections. Let's see. Wow, there's so many, Christina. Why anyone should get involved. Professional Development Advisory Group is made up of members who review existing educational programs and recommend new training programs. Risk Management Advisory Group. Rick Trevino is our chair, and he addresses those areas in both residential and commercial in which non-compliance issues present a risk to our membership, and to alert members as to their existence in an effort to resolve or minimize the risk. Really important. And then the Technology Advisory Group provides input on product development, tests the product, provides feedback on new and existing product. TREPAC Advisory Group, Karishma and Lauren, they did a fantastic job in of course, with our TREPAC raising funds. They host and organize various fundraising events for our HAR members. They basically serve as TREPAC liaisons, giving presentations to members on the importance of investing in the industry, as well as informing members of the legislative issues that face members and the real estate industry. It's recommended that all advisory group members be at the $250 Lone Star Statens TREPAC investment level or higher, of course. And then, of course, where I started off at was the Young Professional Networking Group. And Samantha Plummer is leading that. And that is definitely a lot of fun, great group of people to get involved with. But they help develop young real estate professionals through association involvement, education, and commitment to the community. And then look at ways to promote and move into HAR leadership positions.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. Again, I know it's a lot, but thank you for going through all of that, because I think it's pretty obvious if there's anything that you're interested in, technology, education, politics, there's a volunteer opportunity there.
Right. Absolutely.
So we had a couple questions come in while you were going through those. EJ said, let's say you're going to apply for an advisory group. Do you recommend reaching out to the chair or co-chairs if you have specific questions about an advisory group?
Absolutely. Sure. The thing about the chairs and co-chairs for any particular group is that everybody is willing to talk to you, and they're very open about it and friendly. And they want to share the information. They want to spread the awareness. And so I absolutely, definitely reach out, talk to them, talk to anyone that has served on those various committees, and get a foot in and help answer any of the questions that you might have.
Excellent. Cynthia asked, if you're a first-time volunteer, what group or what area would you suggest?
So, it depends on what your interest is and where you want to spend your time. And, some people might find that it's in the political end of it, getting more involved in a local level. So you may, like for me in Fort Bend, there's Fort Bend PALS. You may want to join other organizations like WCR. Or AAREA. There's lots of different subcategory groups that will that you kind of dabble in, and then it pulls you in, and you figure out where you want to go. So, you can try and talk to a couple of different chairs for the different groups, and then see which one is going to be the best fit for you. It's not a one size fits all. For me, it was YPN at the time, and I developed relationships, and then that just kind of grew and into different positions. So it may be different for each person.
Excellent. So I have a few other questions for you, but if you have any other questions for Michelle, now is the time. Go ahead and type those in. So one thing, Michelle, that we hear from members is, and I know you see this too on social media, or you maybe hear it within your brokerage, that HAR just makes these decisions and they don't talk to us first. But these advisory groups, isn't that kind of the goal here? Like, let's say for MLS, a new MLS rule. Would you tell us kind of the process if we're reviewing something all the way to a rule going into place?
Absolutely, yeah. So if there is a something that is brought up to the board, it's because it has been brought up by an agent. Like, I've had a couple of agents that have had, hey, do you think we can look at doing this? And then we'll take it to the board and we all discuss it as a whole. We go through lengthy discussions. We vote on it. We look at the pros and cons of it and take an overall vote. And then it passes or it doesn't pass. So we do take that into consideration. If somebody does have something that's important, or if there's a change they want to see make happen, it's very important that they voice their concerns. So, my agents know, hey, Michelle, I actually have a running list of things that they come to me with, and so it's important that the members know that it's okay to voice what you want, because that's what we're here for. That's what you pay a membership for. So if you want to see any changes happen, you have to let us know. We won't know if you don't say anything. So it may not happen, but at least we'll take it into consideration. We evaluate the situation as a whole and see if it is good for the entire organization as a whole before we can approve or deny it.
Okay, very good. So any other recommendations? I know you already gave one recommendation to Cynthia, but do you have any other recommendations for somebody who's they're hearing this from you, now they want to get involved? What do you recommend they do? Next steps.
Yeah. So also you may want to, I don't know our audience right now, but if you've been a realtor for a little while, I got my license in 2005. I was a 20 under 40 in 2013 and did TRLP in 2015. And I would say that was about the time frame that I really started getting involved. So, TRLP is definitely something that, if you're newly licensed, look at getting some of your designations. My first designation was a GRI. It was a 3-day class offered by HAR. It was fantastic. I did my certified home marketing specialist class. I got my CRS, certified residential specialist, which only the top 3% of realtors carry that designation. So I wanted to carry a designation that most not everybody carries, more exclusive. So CRS, and then I did TRLP, and not everyone. And I have to say that if you don't get accepted in TRLP or 20 under 40, do not get discouraged. Keep going, because my first time on 20 under 40, I did not get accepted, and so I tried again. So never give up. Instead, make those connections, make those relationships, get out there, network, volunteer, anything that HAR has going on, be a part of it, and get your face, get your heart known, get you known, and they're going to see the true you, and they're going to say, you know what, I want that person on our board. Yes. So definitely work on TRLP and getting involved in the community.
Excellent. So obviously we have 49,000 members, and although it does seem like a lot of groups, there really aren't a ton of groups for every member to get involved. Let's say that again you apply and you don't get in. Is your recommendation just keep trying?
Absolutely. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up. I love it. So we have another recommendation here in the comments. WCR is a great way to plug in. So Kristen agreed with you there. A couple of people thanking you. Great advice. Michelle, again, you've shared some great information for us this morning, taking the time to go through each of the opportunities that's available to HAR members, and we thank you for that. Is there anything else that you want to share with our audience today?
No, I think we've covered most of everything, but just, the most important thing I have to say is, as a realtor, it's really easy for us to just get in the trenches and just focus on your business and only your business. And I think, and I tell my kids this too, you have to be well-rounded. When you go in and you want something, people are looking for a well-rounded person. It's not just somebody that does real estate, and I never understood that when I was selling real estate, and I was out, doing this and doing that and doing different, community things. And still I am involved in a lot of community things, but there's a bigger picture than just selling real estate. I mean, yes, it pays the bills, but there are rewards, and it does come tenfold later in other ways that you don't expect it. So just keep an open mind and look for opportunities that will make you a well-rounded person, because it really does. It doesn't only help you, really. It's a fulfilling feeling. It helps you, yes, but you're helping other people really at the end of the day.
Excellent. Well, Michelle, thank you again for your great words. A lot of people thanking you in the comments. Comment here from Ed Egan. He says, serving on committees is an awesome way to learn more about real estate. Great advice for all agents shared this morning. So again, thank you so much for your time today, Michelle.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. So next Monday, we will have HAR Vice Chair Shay Cotter on our program, and he is going to be talking about rental and listing scams, how to avoid that, how to protect yourself, and how to protect your clients. So we're looking forward for that one. But that is it for this Member Focus Monday. We'll see you next Monday at 9 a.m. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.